Good morning, guys. I hope that you're all safe and that you're all well and that you're having a fantastic Sunday, whatever you're getting up to. I'm having a really lazy start to the day today because I'm like buzzing but equally knackered from yesterday's psychic fair in Hensridge, which was an absolutely amazing day. Huge thank you to Amy Michelle for putting that on. It was a really great day. Amazing to catch up with loads of great people, make some new connections, see old friends. It was just a lovely day, and it was so great to get back out into the sort of psychic fair kind of arena. I know I did one at Bradford-on-Avon recently, and that was also really lovely, but it's just nice to start connecting and seeing actual people again, not just through the computer screen, but in the flesh. So that was really nice. Massive thank you to everybody that came along and had a reading with me yesterday for all your love and your support. It is very much appreciated. So I'm just coming on this morning to do the Tarot and Oracle review video for you all. So the deck that I'm going to be reviewing today is a beautiful Oracle deck, and this is Journey to the Goddess Realm, and this is a beautiful deck by Lisa Porter. So this is a really great one if you kind of want to have something that you can use to work with to connect with particular kind of deities and goddesses. It's also great if you want to sort of have something that you can place upon your altar, particularly to honour any magic, any spellcraft, and also like the turning of the seasons, or the sort of Sabbaths, not the seasons, the Sabbaths I should say, with the witch's wheel. Sorry guys, I'm so tired this morning. I had Domino's for breakfast and I'm just like from last night's pizza. I'm just really sort of tired. I think that's the thing as well, even though it's great doing the fairs, because I haven't done anything back to back like that for quite a long period of time, when you do go back into that, it's so intense and full on. So whilst it was an amazing day, because I was just doing back-to-back readings all day, it's surprising how knackered it makes you the following day, you know? So this is a really cool deck. This is a lush little deck. It's a lovely little matte kind of finished box, this one. So it was produced in 2015 by US Game Systems. So their logo is on the bottom. We've seen quite a few of their decks in the past, but we haven't seen anything, I don't think, in this sort of shape or style. So that's going to be interesting. I'm just going to read you on the back of what this says, because I think that's going to be a really nice little piece to just share with you. And it just says here, as you journey with the goddesses, call on these ancient deities for help with all your daily affairs. Inspiring you with their feminine wisdom, they will help you strengthen your intuition and guide you toward enchanted conscious awareness. Journey to the Goddess Realm 39 card oracle deck includes 36 goddess cards and 3 confirmation cards and a 48-page booklet. That's pretty cool. So let's open this bad boy up and see what we're looking at. So it's a tuck box, which you know my thoughts on those. As a rule, I don't like them. Having said that, this is probably one of the better sort of tuck boxes I think we've seen. Oops. These cards are an interesting shape and size. So this is the book. Beautiful. There's no images inside the book. It's all kind of black and white. So each card has got like a piece, and then it's got keywords, and then the shadow side. So I love the fact that they embrace the light and the dark attributes of this. So we'll have a little bit of a more look at that shortly. The cards themselves though, they're really cool because they're really sort of tall and taunt. Love this on the back. Beautiful. Loads of colour, you know, really stunning. Very different to anything else I've shown you. Stock quality, they're good actually. I was expecting them to be thin and flimsy, but they're actually quite rigid. Great stock quality, loving those. So then what we've got is each of the cards, it sort of says who the deity is, and then it has a key piece on the bottom and a number. So I can't pronounce some of these, so I'm going to not even try, but like beautiful artwork as you can see there. We'll see if we can find if the artwork is by Lisa Porter or if that's by somebody different shortly. But yeah, really packed with colour. As you can see, these are powerful cards. But I really like them, you know. And the reason I bought these, it wasn't to do readings so much. It was always to place, and I have used these on my altar in the past. I've got a bit lazy with my altar recently, but I need to actually re-spruce that back up a little bit. But these are great for when you want to sort of work with that for your altar, or just to do any sort of, you know, higher power connections and magic. Some of these are interesting in terms of their visual appearance and approach. And again, it's remembering that they encompass the idea and the energy of a goddess. It's not saying that that's how they necessarily would look or be. It's encompassing the energy through the art, really. So these are pretty interesting. Each one is very independent, very unique, and very different. But I just thought it was something a little bit different, a bit quirky, that I thought I'd share with you. I love this one, Hecate. Hecate is somebody that if I was to work with a kind of goddess or deity, she's one of the ones that I kind of call upon, as is the Morrigan. That's another one that I sort of work with a little bit. But these are just really, really cool. I just love these, actually. I forgot how kind of interesting they are, because each one is so different, but they're packed with colour. You know, obviously Kuan Yin, I use her through the Violet Flame. She is the one that I connect with when I do any of my Violet Flame healing, so powerful that she's in there. So I'm not going to show you all of these, but I just want to show you enough of them so that you get an idea. Mary Magdalene, and I love the fact, you know, not to sort of bring any like sort of racial energies in, but Mary Magdalene as a rule is always shown or portrayed as a sort of white woman. So I love the fact here that actually she's shown as a, you know, a sort of darker skinned lady. That's really, really interesting to me, because, you know, it's more likely that she would have been from that kind of culture. That's really interesting. That's actually made me smile, that one. Okay. Like I say, I'm not going to show you all of these. Okay, so this is this one of the cards? I think this is one of the affirmation cards, this one. She almost looks a bit like Cher if you look at her quick. I'm just looking at her face there. I don't know if you feel that way. And almost like, I know it's her hair, but it looks like a huge big headdress. It reminds me of something she wore at the kind of Oscars in the 1980s. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to show you maybe like one or two more. I don't want to show you all of them because I do want to keep a few back in case you decide to treat yourself to this deck. But I am aware it's so quirky and individual. I might end up having to show you the whole lot, but we'll see how we go. That is what I like though. Each one really is encompassing their own energy, their own vibration. No two cards here are the same, just like the colours are all different. Just everything's very intriguing and very powerful. And this is also a great deck because it's packed with information. This is a really good deck as well, in terms of wanting, or if you wanted to kind of understand about goddesses or deities. That's another reason I bought this deck, actually. It wasn't to just read with it, but it was also to sort of strengthen my own knowledge and my own awareness and understanding of, you know, what their roles were and what they are and what they do, and you know, if you want to use them or call upon them in certain ritual work or spell work or even healing work, depending on what you might need them for, you know, their energy lines. So this was more for me like an educational sort of deck as well, but it's interesting. Have I got that the right way up? Oh yeah, sorry, I thought I had that upside down then, but it's not, it's all good. Like I say guys, I'm really tired this morning. Okay, I think I'm going to show you like one more and then that's going to be a lot. That's another confirmation card. It's interesting that they're there. So yeah, they're very different, but again interesting. I'll do one more. That's a nice one. Okay, so that's your lot. I'm not going to show you any more. I'm just going to check there's none like I really wanted you to see. Oh, okay, Isis, she's got to be shown. She looks a bit fabulous there. So I'll show you her. But I was just checking there's no others that look really, really kind of powerful to sort of show off. No, I think we're good. Okay, so what we'll do, as ever, we're going to channel the cards for Sunday, for the highest of good, see what we need to know about, see what guidance is to be given, see what we need to know. These are really interesting to shuffle because they're lovely and rigid, but because they're quite long, they just feel quite intriguing in the hand. You know, it's not a bad feeling, it's just an intriguing sort of feeling. Okay, so I'm asking the cards to show us something. Oops. What do we need to know about for this Sunday? Oh, no. I'll know when it feels right because it will spit me one like that. Oh, the one I said looked like share. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got Sedina. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but we've got sadness. Okay, so there's going to be interesting to see what she has to say. And it's interesting around the edge, you've got all these sort of wolves, as we can see there. So it's be interesting to find her story. So let's have a little look at the book. So there's an introduction. It talks a little bit briefly about goddesses in general, their roles, how they can assist you. And then it's literally into the cards. I just was seeing if it said on the back anything. No, so Lisa Porter is the artist, so she's also the author of this book as well as the artist, so everything is by her. So that's cool. It does have a very brief little piece about her, which I'll share that with you actually. So it just says Lisa Porter is a self-taught artist and illustrator. She was raised in the central Welt Belt area of Western Australia in the small farming town of Northampton. She has drawn and painted all through her life, employing a diversity of methods and techniques. Her creative explorations have also led her into many philosophy and spiritual areas. It is her hope that the journey of the Goddess Realm Oracle deck becomes an integral part of your sacred journey too. Oh, that's nice. And then the back page has just got notes if you needed to make any. So what we'll do, we'll find this lovely lady. Now, because they are all labelled, it makes it so much easier. So, interesting. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. The intuitive sea goddess lives at the bottom of the ocean in a terrible battle caused by her wicked birdman husband. Her fingers were cut off. From each knuckle, whales, seals, fish and walrus emerged. Although Sedina can be moody, she expresses her grief in creativity and new life. Her salty tears are symbolic of clearing and cleansing like the tides. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, so I'm really sorry. Senedia comes to teach you to release old pains stored in your physical and emotional body. Her Malamute dog companion symbolizes making friends with ourselves. Sedina recognizes your sadness and loss in life. Through these seasons of loss, new creations spring forth. Now that's really interesting because that came out a lot, that message was coming out a lot the other day in the live that I was doing with Anna Lee. We were getting repeat messages of lots of healing, lots of releasing and lots of kind of wounds being sort of rectified and, you know, things being dealt with in order to move forward. So I think that's almost a continuation of that. And if you think of what we've got going on at the moment in the world, all the craziness at the moment with the bloody petrol, just trying to get that is a nightmare. So it's interesting, there's lots of sadness in lots of ways, lots of stuff externally as well as internally and, you know, more independently with whatever you're going through on a more independent level. Then it's got keywords: tears, grief, loss, sadness, crying, letting go, healing, emotional cleansing, mourning, sorrow, releasing. So again, there is lots of that in lots of different ways. And the shadow side, it just has a key piece here, and it just says manipulative tears, attachment, victimhood, cold-hearted, denial of sadness, clinging to suffering. So it's almost saying sometimes people are choosing to stay the victim of their battles, of their isolations, as opposed to rising up. So that's quite an interesting card, quite a detailed card when you look at it. And now I've listened and I've seen obviously what she's got to say, I've noticed that the pictures show her with these knuckles that have, you know, her fingers that have been cut off. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to bring that in close, but it's probably just getting blurry. So that's interesting. So that's a whole story I didn't even know of this creature, of this person, you know, of this kind of goddess. It's an interesting deck. So it's not one that you'd work with all the time, or maybe you would, depending on your sort of your way of the world. It's not one that I work with all the time, but it's a really, really lovely one to have in the collection. Artwork, I think, is really stunning. It's really beautiful. It's really quirky. It's something of its complete own energy. So artwork for me is a clear 10. I really love the artwork on this one. I would say the only slight negative, the tuck box, I'm not overly keen on, so that maybe loses a few points. So I think all in all, this is about an 8 or a 9 deck. I love the fact that it's all the artist's own work, not just the actual kind of visual side, but the book as well. So that's really powerful stuff. So I think all in all, this would be an 8 or a 9 in terms of its overall appeal and value. But definitely check it out if you feel drawn to it, if you feel guided to it. Journey to the Goddess Realm, I just think it's a great little deck to have in the collection, this one. Really, really good for encompassing rituals, altar work, changes of the Sabbaths with the witch as well. A powerful deck to have, this one. So I hope it resonates with you. I hope you could take the message that it had to say. Stay safe, stay well, have an awesome Sunday, and I'll catch up with some of you lovelies next week and see you all very soon. Take care. Bye for now.